Welcome to day 7 of my 21-day challenge, Living Your Best Year Ever. We are planning for a fantastic new year, and this day has a tender spot in my heart. It's a fantastic day. We're gonna do some more heart work today. Why are we doing this? One of the most important things that we can do each day is to encourage others, to serve others, and to make someone else's day brighter. I am discovering that as I live my life with more intention and authenticity, I am able to help a lot more people get through the fire. You see, I have been through the fire. I was in the fire for decades. I came across a verse that stopped me in my tracks a few weeks ago. It talked about this very thing. It's found in Isaiah 43:2. I wrote it in my journey. To me, you can see I have a lot of pages marked, and I had this bookmarked. And it's Isaiah 43:2. It says, "When you pass through the waters," sorry about that, "I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze." I'm like, oh my word, that was the experience that I had. The same thing. Well, God has delivered me to the other side, and I am no longer living in the fire. There are still fires around me, but I'm not in them anymore. I am so thankful, and I have intentionally done the heart work, and it's a practice that I continue to do on my healing journey. Today, I'm going to walk you through this powerful practice. You can do these steps as often as you need, and as you can expect, when I started my journey, I was not at all in touch with myself or my heart or who I really was. My heart was something to be avoided at all costs. I was so injured, hurting, bleeding, and on fire that it took me a long time to get to the point where I was able and ready to accept healing. And so I had this idea of this healing journal, but I didn't do it. I just put it off. I had heard something about it, and I got my own idea about it, and then I just put it off until one day I thought, I'm just going to try this and see what happens. So today we're talking about that. I'm going to teach you this method. It brings you freedom, peace, and joy to live as you were created to live. We weren't created in bondage. We were created to live free. It also brings glowing light to the world around you. Yes, some will claim that they don't even know you anymore because you are living in a new life, a new creation. You have come to life. It's wonderful. This is good and beautiful, and how we were intended to live this life abundantly, fully alive. So I call this my Healing Wounds Journal. Now, I like to grab an old notebook. The junkier, the better. I homeschooled for many years, so we have these little notebooks where there's some pages left, and I've taken out the kids' work, and I burnt through quite a few of these little ones that have like maybe 10 pages in them. And it isn't a journal that you keep. So you have I like using up super junky ones, and then when all the paper's gone, they go in the garbage. So this is what you do. You're going to become aware of your triggers. This is anything that comes up in your day, in your life, that kind of grabs your heart and makes you go, ooh, a little twinge of pain, or just like a red flag, or some alarm goes off, or you just think, whoa, what was that? You don't really know what it was. It can be a look from someone that is completely non-intentional and not even like what you took on. But what it does is it alerts you that there's a piece in you or something that is ready and needing to be healed. So it needs attention, and that can be hard to admit, but you just go, I am to the point now in this healing journey that I welcome triggers, and I know that each one is a piece that I can heal. Now, for example, this is kind of getting personal, but I was at a meeting recently, and for whatever reason, we were working through the process. It was like work related. It wasn't even dealing with, personal skills or anything like that. But we were doing some evaluating of our hearts and our intentions, and I was triggered. For whatever reason, that morning was just like, I was exhausted from all the triggers. So I ended up grabbing a junk notebook, and I had it open. I would just write that trigger down. As soon as I saw it, a trigger occurred, I'd write it down. By the end of the morning, I had like a whole left side of all these triggers. Now, I've left that and I've reviewed it and I've gone back to it to like examine some of those triggers, but it's still kind of sitting here to be dealt with. Now, that's the first time that I've had triggers waiting in my junk notebook. So let's keep going in this process. Typically, I'm just starting new each time I go through this healing journal. So you're going to just breathe in and feel that feeling, and you're just kind of going to think about it and let it just sit there for a little bit and try to like have it come to like an idea of what is this that's going on. Healing is yours when you get this process going. Don't let anything stop you. If it's really a scary one, go for it. You've got a big massive healing ahead for you. So you're going to take this journal. It's just a junk notebook. You're not going to keep this. Draw a line down the middle of the paper. On the left side, it's going to be your junk. And this on the right side is going to be your positive. This is how I did it. This is what I kind of came up with that worked for me. And it isn't like a system that I heard. I had an idea from someone, and this is I just ended up doing this, and this works. So I'm sharing this little technique with you. So you're going to do a dump of anything that comes up. Again, you're just kind of doing a brain dump, which means you're not dictating it, really running it. You're just letting whatever comes out, okay? And it doesn't have to make any sense. It doesn't have to be organized in an order. You don't evaluate it. You just let it flow out. Sometimes it just pours out. Sometimes there's stuff that's junk, and sometimes there's like really positive things that come out, and absolutely record those too, but the positive goes on the right, the junk on the left. I just call it junk. It's more negative thoughts. Whatever comes up, you write it down. Then when this is done, you're going to look at it, and on the right side, you're going to write the positive of everything. Like if you wrote down on the left side, I'm dumb, just for example. On the right side, you're going to write, I am smart. I am full of wisdom. And that's none of these are in an arrogant. These are just in a truth, speaking positive life over yourself manner. So there isn't a right or wrong. It's just a really powerful method of healing. Then you're going to look over the right side, and you're going to record the positive or the truth on that side. Now, you might not believe that statement. You might feel like, I am not creative. And then on the right side, you might write, I am creative. You might not feel that yet, but as you read through that, like I shared on an earlier day, you're going to go, wow, I am highly creative. And I love my creativity, and it's just going to keep growing, and you will develop that. You will experience that that's true about you. Remember that everyone is doing the best that we can. I'm doing the best that I can today, and not every day is my best, and that's give myself grace. And others around me are doing the best that they can with where they are in life. So when you do this, I find that when I do this journaling practice, I really am not judging anymore. Everyone is free to make their own choices and to live their lives. And if they want to learn and to grow, that's awesome. And if they don't, that's fine, okay? So it's been very freeing for me. Sometimes I'll record these truth statements from the right side in my I Am journal. And if they're powerful, they say something new or something that I want to just ponder and think about. And God's like, I want to grow you in this area. So we're going to camp here for a little bit. This is a powerful step. When you are done, you're going to take this notebook page out. And you can see I have, I've got some kid scribbles in here. I used to get my kids' notebooks, and whenever we would drive, we'd have a notebook to scribble in, and it's so fun. So I'm using up some of those old notebooks. I pulled out some of their treasure pictures and have them in the file. But the junk, and sometimes this is full and sometimes it isn't. I've sat down for days when I'm just feeling really icky, and I just have all this junk to put down, and it's like all this goodness about me flows. And it's like I was overwhelmed with all this stuff. It's like God just poured his love and his light into me and told me all these wonderful things about me, what he created me for. And that's one I kept. So you can keep the positive side, but otherwise you tear it, or cut down the middle. I typically am to the point where I've been doing this for years. So if there's something valuable on the right side that's new, that I want to write in my other I Am notebook, I'll add it there. Otherwise, I'll take the whole sheet, and I like to put mine through the shredder. You just want to get rid of it. You can tear it up and put it in the garbage. Mine are typically, like, I'm really working on some heavy things these days, so major wounds. So I like to shred it and know that no one is going to like pull it out of the trash and read it. I just feel it feels good to just have it all chopped up, and it is something that you go through and look at the right side, the positive truth, and then you look at the left side and you see the lie in that, or you work through the process of forgiveness if it's a person and you don't even know, and then you'll realize, you'll just go, you know, you value that person and you speak positive over them. And if you have like a coworker or someone that's more cold, prickly, or that, you know, just have compassion for that person. Just say, I forgive them for, you know, if they had said something to you or had some act of unkindness towards you, or if you just had a thought. It's like, I don't know why I had that negative thought or idea about that person, but I see them as they are walking in their light, and they're free to express themselves how they want to. So this is a super powerful day. It's a day of a lot of forgiveness of yourself and others, and it is a journaling practice that I've been doing for years, and it really has done some remarkable things in my life and helped me process a lot of junk that does come up as I look at it and put the light on it. So have a great experience with this, and I hope that this helps you. And as always, make it what works for you. Find what works best for you. That's exactly what I did, and this is what works really well for me. So it is highly personal, so it isn't something that I share with people. I shred it when I'm done, and I do this whenever I feel triggered, and that's just a nice overall word for that little alarm that goes on. So have a great day, and I hope that you experience a lot of growth in this, and this will remove blockers too, so that you can be free to accomplish those goals that you set out for the new year. I'll see you tomorrow on day 8 already. Have a great day. Bye-bye.